would say he busts scammers. What are the odds that somebody that sells real estate courses that is busting people for selling scam real estate courses? What are the odds that they're legal for real? Why do you think the scam buster ain't a scammer? Where have you gotten this training from? Why would you trust somebody that's in the same game as every motherfucking scammer that you know to bust scammers? Think in the post, right? Tony.
See, Mona, I tried to give you grace. I ain't want to cook you like this, motherfucking Mona, because I actually thought that you was a victim. Now, I wake up and I see you trying to group me with scammers and disrespect my name when I've never said one thing about you, Mona. So now I got to cook your begging junkie ass. You always beg me for money because you's a broke bitch, and then you come in this motherfucker and try to play with my name. Yeah, I'm about to cook you, bitch. You pale face, long saggy titty, bad built, fat ass, big back bitch. I'm about to cook your motherfucking ass because I know you a junkie broke bitch for real. And you scamming motherfucker. See, it just be like how God work about me. God don't play about me.
Things just keep getting better in the drama-filled orbit of the JBP universe. And this time, Don't Call Me White Girl finds herself the center of the controversy involving scam buster and real estate mentor Tony the Closer. He became popular sometime during the pandemic when he started going viral for exposing various self-proclaimed gurus, mostly the felonious ones. You know, the ones that use their felonious past as a way to be relatable and trustworthy, only for them to pull an old classic bait and switch and take everybody's fucking money. To be more specific, Tony has exposed Jay Morrison, Big Business, Wallow and Gilly, Him 500, and a slew of other people that run in those real estate, credit repair, get rich quick circles, you know. I won't be putting any photos of them in this video, but if you want to be messy, just check the link in my description box and you'll be able to find everybody's Instagram link. So you're more than welcome to take a look for yourself. So anyway, all this shit started after Tony saw a clip implying that he only went to Gilly's son's funeral for clout. She also implied, although, you know, she was terrible at articulating her point, but she also implied that you are the company you keep. So if everybody around Tony is a scammer, why would he be legit? That was the point that she was trying to make. And really, I didn't understand it. I mean, I understood it, but it took a minute for me to make the connection between the words that was coming out of her mouth and my logic. What I didn't understand was the point of her saying all that. She even made mention of him saying her name regarding how she was treated during her tenure at $1 million worth of game. But it was only in defense of her, so I was genuinely confused. I don't know if she's offended because perhaps Tony made the block hot while she's trying to remain in the good graces of Gilly and Wallow, or if she's offended because he put people like her on blast. Yes, people like her. Mona, Don't Call Me White Girl, a scammer, according to Tony. Now, just to be clear, Tony is not without flaws. He's one of those people that I watched at different points throughout the years beef with everybody. Literally. So keep that in mind throughout the video. But for this particular situation, I don't think he's wrong. And however many lashings Mona get for just doing the most on her live, she get. It is deserved. Cause why the fuck would she ever have this lady send her all that money for a comedy show only for her to get burnt?
So y'all, Slutty Courthouse tagged me in the post that she made about Mona, Don't Call Me White Girl, basically scamming her out of $1,200. And this is some of the comments. This person said Mona is undeniably a horrible person and her team is too. I paid her $1,000 for a promo and that whole thing dragged on for almost 2 years and she blocked me. She took my money too. Somebody said, well damn, she did the same thing to me and had the nerve to keep sending me voice messages like she really was trying to keep her word. This person said, girl, same BS with me. I'm so mad I lost money. Mad money, lesson learned. This person says I went through this triple times with them. I just can't anymore. Someone said, don't get me started.
Because even me calling you now, I would never normally call somebody to have 15 people threaten me and my fucking daughter. I wouldn't do that. Threatening you and your daughter? That business line, first of all, you hear my phone number out and you send everybody on my Instagram. I have zero threats. We gonna fuck you up. This guarantee that's how we get down. That business phone, I gave it to my kids 3 weeks ago. I forgot that you knew the new business phone. That's why we never chatted. I'm thinking you're not reaching out. Whole time you don't have a new business number. You never DM me. Like this.
You're not even letting me talk. You're not letting me say, well, I apologize to anybody who threatened you. I don't play that type of shit.
I'm trying to be honest with you. Why I don't know, but I was going through and blocking people because I'm not the only one on my Instagram. You feel me? Niggas is blocking y'all back to back to back. You the first person to unblock. I really want you to know what just happened. Like, I just want one person to know the truth. I don't know why, though. You feel me? I don't know why I care, but I just want one person to know. If you don't want to know, that's cool. I just hung up with your girlfriend. She apologized 3-4 times.
Like, that really is some nut ass shit, and I hope the statute of limitations ain't up so Shorty can get her bread back, because what? I would have certainly crashed out about that shit. But y'all, this girl was facing eviction, and she spent the last to make this event happen, hoping to get some of her money back after the event's success. But Mona burnt her, according to Tony the closer. Tony also alleges that Mona is on all kinds of drugs, everything from lean pills and a little cocaina. And he also said that her house was filthy, and he offered to pay her $1,000 if she could get on live and show everybody how she was living. He also claims that the only reason why she mad at him is because he never gave her begging ass no money. Not my words, his. I mean, listen, y'all, he really said a lot of shit, so you really gotta get into it. I'm gonna put the link to his video in my description box as well. It was all a mess, but he showed all the receipts to the people DMing him, showing him how they would cash at Mona, and she'd either block him or stop responding, or she would come up with an excuse for why the date had to be changed. But what's wild to me is all the people that sent her the full amount without the service being rendered. Like, what kind of fucking business do y'all do? What type time are you on for you to be sending the bitch thousands of dollars before she even render her services? I don't understand that. Child, I wish I would pay a performer before they hit the stage, arrive for the interview, or whatever we're doing. If you watching this and you have no idea how life works, never ever pay somebody up front. I learned that in real estate to always set up a draw schedule. That way, you set the expectations and you maintain some level of control. They'll definitely be diligent in their work if they know that, you're holding the rest of their money until the job gets done. And you gotta be the same way when you plan an event. Or even if you just assume that everybody in business was a bad person, you would have your shit together. You'll never run into these issues because you'll be on top of your shit. And it's like, all right, cool. If the person that you book don't want to abide by your rules, then just simply find somebody else. It's not that deep. Especially not in this era where everybody on Instagram is calling themselves a comedian. But y'all probably gonna be in the comments saying I'm victim blaming. I'm not victim blaming because it's still fucked up to burn somebody like that. But y'all gotta stop being so fucking dumb. You never pay somebody all the money up front because, well, it's fucking dumb. But a lesson is a lesson. And I hope all the girls that got burnt learn theirs. Not only that, but like I said before, I really do hope they sue her ass and get their money back. And I'm not mad at anybody who chooses to get it back in blood, especially nowadays when everybody fucked up. Like, this isn't the economy to be burning people and shit like that. Because when you do shit like that, at some point, it's going to catch up with you. But anyway, Tony the Closer has been in a lot of internet beefs over the years. In addition to the people that I named before, he beefed with Tasha K. I remember one time he was on live arguing with the lead attorney who was trying to gaslight him, to be fair, but I don't know, like sometimes when this nigga just be cussing and cussing and cussing and just going and going and going and just not listening to or not trying to let anybody get a word in edgewise, it's kind of like, damn, bro, like I'm on your side, but it's hard to be when you make yourself so repulsive. You get what I'm saying? Now, even with all of that being said, I have never ever seen anyone come out and say that he scammed them and ran off with their money without providing the coursework or rendering whatever service he was supposed to provide. So The implication that Mona made about Tony being a scammer because he knows what all the scammers are is anything. Literally. It doesn't even make sense when there hasn't been any stories that I've seen of people getting scammed by him. I mean, was the hit dog hollering? Could it be that Mona was just irritated by the fact that Tony is a scam buster because she's a scammer? I guess we'll find out on next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z. No, but seriously though, y'all, I take everything Tony said about Mona living situation with a grain of salt because they haven't been around each other in years, so I doubt either of them know much of anything about what's really going on in each other's lives. But I for sure believe all the scam shit, all the DMs, all the receipts, all the Cash App screenshots, all the text messages he showed, all of it. I believe all of that. But anyways, I've been talking about this shit too long and this video was not supposed to be this long. So now it's your turn to just let me know what you think in the comments and I'll talk to you all in my next video.